Welcome back to another episode of
Ngeceh pa guys. Okay, so welcome back to another episode of Ngeceh pa guys. Hosted by Syafiq Dini.
I'm Farin.
I'm Syazmi.
And I'm Dewi.
Okay, sebelum kita mulakan episod ini, seperti biasa, episod ini ditaja oleh Stati.co, stat.ic_co, an automotive clothing brand cater to the car communities, branching out to other apa?
Ada ni.
Ada.
To other communities as well lah. Okay, so as mentioned before, we are gonna be having a booth at IM, International Auto Modified Car Show, where all the cars in Singapore here are modified, and we will be competing in some categories lah. Okay, we're gonna sell our merch there. If you wanna catch our merch, 28 to 29 September at Singapore Expo. And on to the show.
On to the show.
On to the show. So we are still with
our guest.
Our guest, Syed. Okay. So now enough of the business part.
Yeah, so here's the part 2.
The raunchy.
Oh no. Effect.
Kau nak effect kan? Nak effect. Sekarang
Tak
nak
payah,
effect.
tak payah effect sangat. Okay, we move on to
Tak
more
ada.
personal.
Aku rasa macam like I said, macam ada JIN kat belakang macam
Dia macam tak ada dia pakai gini, dia macam kau punya personal bodyguard. Cik Wan sekarang ada bodyguard ya guys. Okay. So we go back to the start, where we mentioned that he is actually a Pakistani. Okay. And from what I understand, you are proud of your heritage.
Of course.
Because you always post a lot of your culture lah.
Yes.
Okay. Because kita actually lebih tahu pasal Indian culture, Bollywood culture or what not, tapi kita jarang dengar Pakistani punya culture. Do you care to share about your culture? What is very, what is the most, what are you proud of about your culture?
Okay, what I'm proud about my culture.
Mesti banyak ni. Dia bukan tak tahu, dia banyak.
Yeah, there's actually
There's a
quite a
lot.
few. Okay, we are very cultured. Okay, in the sense of there's a lot of parents are strict.
Okay.
Okay, that's one thing I think I maybe like or maybe don't like sometimes. You know, we are very business minded.
Okay, true.
Yes,
That's very
Pakistanis are very business minded.
Like strict in all ways, like curfew ke,
Yeah, curfew wise,
attitude,
discipline.
discipline.
You know, just macam when you see Bollywood movies kan.
Ya, macam typical Malay mom yang gitu lah.
Tak
I
ada
would
lah.
say actually,
Serious
Pakistani culture and Malays not much difference lah. Yeah, not much difference. Parents are very strict. Macam a lot of Pakistanis are actually also business minded. So I think that's what I like about my culture lah.
Okay, I do have a question though. Like, just a fun question. Like, what do you call your aunts and uncles?
Chacha and Mamu.
Mamu. Oh, okay, same. I call
Mamu
my
is
uncle Mamu also.
Pakistani.
Yeah,
I
actually
call my
Chacha
auntie Kala.
Kala.
Kala,
Yes,
yeah.
correct. Yes.
Okay, we learn something new.
Yeah. So do you call your mother in a different name?
No, I just call my mom.
Oh, so I have cousins who call their mom Amijan.
Amijan, yes, correct. I'm a fluent Hindi speaker, so I can
Yeah.
speak Hindi fluently.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
say something in Hindi. I love to hear it.
what do you want me to say?
like
My
give me
name is
some-
Syed. Please support Ngeceh pa guys. Dia panjang.
Hi,
Sekali,
my name
sekali.
is SyedShamRozKhan here. Ngete per guys support karo.
Kalau tak, kita
dah-
panjang-panjang dia pendek je.
Dah tak payah panggil Shah Rukh Khan dah?
Tak
Dah
payah.
tak payah?
Tak payah.
Okay, so you got any questions for him at the back?
Carry on.
Okay, so I do have a question though.
Okay.
It's something about family also. So recently your father also passed away, right?
Yes.
And you are very, very close to your mom. So you had a trip to go back to Pakistan to visit the village.
Yes.
So can you talk about that whole experience?
Okay, that whole experience was one of the most beautiful experience of my life. Okay, because I visited Pakistan many years ago, about 15 years ago. That was the last that I went there. And recently when I went there, it did felt different because it was without my dad. And visiting his country, his kampong, you know, without my dad being around is completely different. because I wish that I actually did it with my dad. My dad was around, you know, so that I get to see his siblings, his culture, where he was brought up at, his house, you know, the family house, my cousin, my aunties. And I didn't know that I had such a very, very big family in Pakistan. That is my dad punya side. And it was just beautiful, it was amazing. I had one of the best time of my life in Pakistan, honestly. If I were to ever get a free ticket right now to go to London, and I had a choice to choose London or Pakistan or any part of the other in the world, I would still choose to still go to Pakistan.
Oh.
Yeah. If I had the choice, yeah. If I had the option, yeah. Because it's beautiful. The people there are amazing. Their hospitality is top notch. It's not what we think of whatever we think we see on social media, and we straightway had that judgment in our head, you know, they steal or they rob or, you know, whatever things, you know, we hear a lot of stories.
Yeah.
But actually when I went there, they were so welcoming. They were so welcoming. To the extent when they look at you, they know that you are a tourist. You nak beli makan ke apa, dia tak kasih bayar. They know that you're a tourist.
Legit lah.
They are that welcoming.
General.
Kena negeri lain dah ketuk ekstra.
Because they know you're
don't.
tourists.
They know that you're a tourist, and they're shocked to see that a tourist come and visit their country, and they're like so welcoming. They are super nice, yeah. And of course, the feeling of being there without my dad was very. It did hit me.
I think it made it more
Emotional.
emotional, appreciative, and maybe more beautiful, like you mentioned lah.
Yeah. But for me, like I think the whole courage of how I started my business, like how it made it more confident for me, and how it made it better for me, like it was a smooth process for me in my business, is also that I knew that I went through the worst in my life, and that was losing my dad. So there could be anything beyond that is worse than that.
Agreed.
So that's where I lost my dad was when 2-3 months after was when I started Panipuri.
Oh.
Exactly 3 months I remember after my dad's passing was when I started Panipuri, because it made me become stronger. You know, I was willing to take the risk. I was a fighter inside. You know, that I knew that I went through the worst. There's nothing worse than this, which was losing my dad.
Yeah.
So it gave me a lot of confidence lah. So yeah, I think that was the biggest part of my life as well lah.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah he moved
Correct.
on.
Yeah.
You know, move forward. Others stuck.
Yeah, they digress.
Yeah.
Then they blame themselves.
Correct.
You know? Like sampai bila kau nak macam ni?
Yeah.
You need to do something about it. You want to make a new start in your life. Like,
Correct.
of course it hurts losing someone that is really close to you. Memang aku belum face all this yet.
Yeah.
But I believe that we need to, you know, move on. Like, kita cannot be in this box.
Correct.
We need to step out.
Yeah.
You know, to move on and be a better version of ourselves.
I mean, if our loved ones who pass is here right now, definitely they will say, just move on with your life.
Yeah.
You know, chase your dreams.
That's what I actually told myself.
Yeah. So I think they don't want us to, you know, be sad for them. But kita just doa yang terbaik lah.
Terbaik,
They
yeah.
are in a better place. But I just want to ask this lah. Okay, between you and your arwah dad, and who is your backbone? Who is more your backbone lah?
My dad.
Your dad.
Yeah.
So you are
losing
more
him-
close to your dad rather than your mom.
I'm close to both, but then I could relate more towards with my dad. Because my dad was a very fun, outgoing, very easy person. Yeah, he was very open-minded. And he always likes to have conversations with his kids. Like, what are their needs? What's their future plans? Or what do they have to achieve? Like, what do they want to achieve in life? And he always tells us to never, like, give up. You know, whatever you want to do, just do. You know, and most importantly, he told me that, as I remember, is that you have to tawakal in everything that you do. Like, you have to believe in him, you have to trust the process, and
Yes.
it will happen. Yeah,
Percaya
insyaAllah.
pada kadar dan kadar.
Correct.
Yes,
Was your father like always there for you as a father figure? I mean, like, definitely they work, but was he really there when you need him the most lah?
Yes, of course. Because my parents, they do business as well. Pakistani family, most
Yeah,
of them, they do
correct.
business.
Business minded.
Yeah, so my parents run a fabric business in Tekka Market, dekat upstairs second floor, for 40 over years. So growing up as years to come, I've always been close to my dad because my mom was the one more of like running the show. So my dad was there. My dad was my mom's backbone.
Wow.
but my dad made sure that he was the backbone towards all his kids.
Nice.
Yeah.
The reason
So it was
why the reason why I ask is because recently that someone mentioned that bapak dah tak perlu jaga anak.
Oh, is
Correct.
it? I
But
didn't know that.
yeah. So
Oh, it's a guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a guy lah. Dia cakap even Elon Musk, he believe that Elon Musk and even Bill Gates, he believe that dia tak jaga anak. Because fathers kena berperang dekat luar untuk cari nafkah untuk besarkan anak dia. But his father was different. A business owner, but still will take
backbone.
his time.
Still there for the
Yeah.
kids.
Give advice. So siapa cakap bapak dah tak payah jaga anak?
No.
Even the sons need the fathers.
Actually, you really need your father.
Correct.
Yeah.
Actually, you really need.
I mean,
It's the same. You need your mom, you need your dad. It's period.
Correct. I mean, kita tengok budak ada yang some children, the father work 24/7 and we don't see them most of the time.
Yeah.
And we don't see them as a father figure, but these are the fathers that really like aku berkorban untuk anak-anak aku, keluarga aku, but aku still need to be there for them. So that they know that the bapak dia masih exist.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing lah.
Fatherly figure lah.
Correct. Kau just repeat apa aku
Tak tahu apa nak implement dalam tu.
Okay. So our next question is a very not personal, but it's more to your towards your life journey lah.
Okay.
So kita dengar daripada Dewi yang you are actually not a business owner, but also an actor.
Okay.
Right. So that itu hint tadi kita bagi on the first part where mana dia dapat contact artis-artis Malaysia kan. So dia sebenarnya actor.
Yeah.
To be honest, aku sebenarnya tak tahu. Sama lah kan. Aku tak
I
tahu.
need to act
Bro,
more.
wait, I need to ask, do you ever shave your hair for like call up, fall in? That one you have to shave your hair.
Yeah.
What?
So basically,
Okay, so it's like our boys to men vibes, and then they had to like be like army boys. So he shaved his hair.
yeah, I had like it
The
was
dedication,
a shoot.
bro.
Yeah, for 2 months, they required all the actors to actually shave their hair bald. So that was one of the most tedious shoot also because the shooting hours were crazy. Kita shooting dekat hutan tu, literally dekat hutan, dekat the Senarang camp or something like that.
You dulu
Selarang
NS
camp.
apa?
Huh?
You dulu time NS apa?
I was in SDF.
CDF. I mean you
SDF.
kena macam go the army
do
life.
army life, yeah. That was a very interesting project that I did, but also very tiring. That's also called up Falling. I think I did that in the last 2 years. Yeah, last 2 years. My most recent yang I buat was in Malaysia lah.
Is the hantu one, is it?
Yes, nak dengar cerita hantu. Yeah, nak dengar cerita hantu. That was last year, I think August lah, tak salah kan.
You memang suka cerita-cerita hantu eh? Speaking of that, Karak Project. What about it? Yeah.
Okay, so Karak Project was a seasonal episode thing, which we did for 1 season, and there was 10 episodes. We had fun. I mean, I love horror content, but I don't like going down.
You tak suka adventure?
No, I don't like. Which I did it once or twice. No, actually twice dengan the whole Karak team, where we actually had to go down dekat kubur lah. We had to do some macam
Mantra.
not mantra. No.
Just
More of
explore lah.
Explore lah. There was a whole crew there.
Mantra dah lain sih.
Oh, shit.
So there was a whole crew and all that. And actually dekat TikTok, the Karak Project on the TikTok, we caught a few things. So if you guys want to watch, go and watch it.
Alright,
There was a few things that
we
we
will.
caught during the whole thing.
Recording lah.
Yeah, the whole recording.
Nice.
Ni so far tak ada orang kena sampuk ke apa lah. Semua okey lah.
No.
Ya, Alhamdulillah.
Okay, so going back to acting. Okay, so let's take a few notch back. How did you start acting in Singapore, and how did you actually venture out to Malaysia? Because it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy to break into Malaysia's market. We have our founding actors like such as Adi Putra, Aaron Aziz. So are they your inspiration? And also, how did you macam manage to have the courage to go Malaysia? So let's talk about that.
Okay, of course they are my inspiration lah. They really did a great job, by entering the Malaysian industry, and their acting is just amazing as well. How I actually started, that's the question, right? So how I started was that I was acting many years back when I was young, 10 years old lah. I used to act for Octo, for Surya, but it was just I was 10 years old, so I didn't really much remember. And then I also did theatre when I was younger.
Oh, you're a theatre kid.
Yes, I used to do theatre. So I still remember there was one time there was a Riang Riang magazine competition, and I acted in Bawang Putih Bawang Merah.
Oh,
Yeah, and that's where I won the Best Male Actor Award.
What?
Yeah. Many years down the road. That was when I was 10 years old. After that, I focused on my studies. I focused on my studies. I stopped acting. But now it's been 4 years that I'm back acting. So when I was acting in Singapore for a while, I realized that I wanted to make it bigger lah. For myself. As we all know, Malaysia there's a lot of exposure. It's a bigger industry. So I was like, okay, why not give it a try? So I still remember my very first
Gig It's not
it wasn't even a gig. It was that the very first opportunity that I got was actually to work with David Teo.
Oh,
David Teo.
Yeah, my very first breakthrough was David Teo, Metro Wealth production.
How old were you then?
4 years ago. So I was...
Okay.
So yeah, 4 years ago. When I still remember, I travelled all the way from Singapore. I was young, alone, travelled all the way to Malaysia, signed a contract with Metro Wealth for 5 years with David Teo. And that's where I started my career. But when I signed the contract with Metro Wealth, I still remember it was right after my NS. COVID happened.
Oh yeah. I think I heard about this. Yeah.
So COVID happened. When COVID happened, of course, I couldn't travel to Malaysia.
Correct.
And Malaysia, the whole world was like in a lockdown.
Yeah.
So all shootings were not going. I was like,
Oh my
I remember talking to you
that-
about this, and you said you baru sign contract, and then it's
sign
COVID.
contract.
Yeah.
Yes, then COVID happened. That's
Exactly.
where I was like, but my contract still went on. My contract still went on, but there was no acting gigs lah.
Correct.
Because couldn't travel to Malaysia kan. So 3 years down the road, my contract was 5 years. So 3 years down the road, I was like, okay, you know what? I need to terminate the contract.
Oh, you terminate.
Yes, I terminated the contract. I said that I
But
wanted
wouldn't
to.
like macam because of COVID, they shouldn't like not help you extend it?
They wanted to extend it for me, but at that point of time, I started influencing pula. So I started becoming an influencer during COVID, doing reviews for home-based businesses. Starting to do collabs here and there. That's where I started my journey lah. It was during COVID. I still remember where I hit my influencer time. That time was really, I still remember review berlambak dekat rumah, balik rumah je makan kotak-kotak atas meja. I don't even know
Do you have
which
to
one
plan
to
out
eat.
your days
I
and
had to
everything?
plan out. I makan sampai cannot eat
Terpaksa
already. Yeah, cannot
Banyak
eat already
sangat.
pasal banyak sangat. And during COVID, a lot of people started home-based business at that point of time. And they were very happy to actually send me their products for me to try out. So that's where I started out as an influencer. So at that point of time, I macam, okay lah, acting can wait lah. Acting can wait. So
Do
that's where
they pay you to
Do
do
they?
this?
At first, no. It was pro bono. I was like, you know what? You want to send your
It's just
product?
PR.
Yeah, just PR. I was like, you know what? I enjoy doing this. Most importantly was that I enjoyed what I was doing. So I was like, you know what? Okay, korang nak hantar aku makan, okay lah hantar. I enjoy. Okay, free food, why not? I was like, okay, free food, why not? At that point of time lah. Then after that, slowly, then I started working with brands, started working with
I think
bigger
big brands is
Yeah.
actually really big brands that you've worked
Yeah,
with
I've
before.
worked with Hugo Boss, Sephora, Breitling. I've worked with Pixie. I've worked with Gloria Sophie.
Yeah, the one at Pixie was very nice. And then you also get Miat Wangis and also, right?
Yes, a lot. So that's where I became a full-time influencer.
Nice. This is the first time our guest admit
The
that he is an influencer.
Wait, he's not really an influencer. He was a host.
Yeah. Okay, honestly, I give you guys a
Dia
breakthrough.
semua, dia pakai lauk semua.
Berniaga boleh, macam-macam boleh.
Kira dia versatile loh.
Versatile.
Nice.
Yeah, versatile.
Nice lah.
Yeah, I can do a lot of things
Vox,
at
Okay,
one
so
time.
you hosted for Crown Fest, right, in 2022.
Yes.
Was it hard to host? Is it okay? Hosting is a different thing because it's always on the ball. While acting, you have a script, you already
Yes.
pre-planned. So, which is do you prefer actually? Or
I still prefer acting.
you still prefer acting?
No matter where I am, no matter what I do, I will still go back to acting because it was my very first hobby since I was young. So I've loved acting, but it's just that during that process of the time when I opened up my business and all those kind of things, I kind of got drifted away a little bit because I was very focused in my business. I was selalu business, and handling a business is not easy. Sustaining a business is
true.
Opening a business is easy, but sustaining it is another thing. So I'm macam, okay, acting I can do it later. So but then at the same time when I was doing my business, of course I was still acting. I had Calon Bini Pak Bilal, I did in Malaysia. I had Nak Dengar Cerita Hantu, which I did in Malaysia as well. I had Call Up Fall In, that was in Singapore. I had a few lah, actually quite a few lah, quite a few.
Banyak
quite a few.
juga.
Yeah, quite
Sampai
a
dia
few.
tak boleh fikir.
Yeah, okay, wait. So, you have so many things. Okay, you have different projects, you have business, you have this, you have that. Where do you have time for Syed?
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay, the only time I have time for myself is of course when I get my getaways lah. You know, when I go holiday. So my holidays are a little bit macam dangerous.
Okay,
Because
dangerous.
people go holiday for 1 week, right?
You how
Or
long?
maybe 10 days or max 2 weeks. I 1 month.
Oh.
And then I come back. So
That
like my
means
Pakistan
you-
trip was 2 months. My India trip was 1 month. My Bali trip was
Okay,
1
kan,
month.
do not disturb
Yeah, it's
me.
like my do not
D&D,
disturb
yeah.
mode lah. Like, you know, where I know that my whole month tu kan, I do not accept any sponsors, any campaigns
But
or any
tetap
business.
people will try to reach out to you.
Of course lah.
But bro,
So,
that is the goal 1 month. I'm holiday. I'm not working. I'm just
yeah,
enjoying.
I'm just
Tapi
enjoying.
once he's back, kau tengok semua macam jerung.
Yes, correct.
What's
When I
Jerome?
come back,
Shark. Oh.
yeah, what's that actually?
What's that?
Jerung is shark.
Shark. Senang kata diorang tengah gini.
So when I come back, yeah, of course lah, the whole pylon of work is
yeah.
like
Oh,
drives
back
you
to
mad.
zero and start
Back
again
to
over there.
zero,
Yeah.
and then you know go to work, dust, all this lah, everything start back. Yeah.
Rabak
It's
juga
not
jadi
easy
actor,
lah. Orang ingat senang je.
Ya.
Kasih strip berlakon. Kasih skrip berlakon dah. Do your part. Tapi back end kita tak tahu.
Actually, the most, let me share with you guys, the most tedious shoot that I had yang paling challenging was my recent one, which was the Nak Dengar Cerita Hantu. When we watch horror movie, it looks like macam wayang hantu. But what goes on, what goes behind it, shooting for a cerita hantu is one of the most extreme shoot.
Extreme macam mana?
Macam just killer. Because there's a lot of angles, there's a lot of takes, there's a lot of falling, there's a lot of jumping, there's a lot of screaming, there's a lot of this angle is correct, that angle is correct. It's a crazy shoot. When I had my shoot dekat KL, dekat for cerita Nak Dengar Cerita Hantu ni, and my director was Sabri Yunus.
Okay.
Abang Sabri Yunus. And he is the type of person that dia punya cara bekerja tu lain. He is very different from the rest of the directors. You get a script for actors, we get a script, we memorize our script, we understand our script. But for him, it's no.
Okay, so how?
The script, ambil, campak tepi.
Oh,
I
it's,
give you the script on the spot.
Serious?
On
That
the
means you
spot.
need to learn on the spot.
On the spot.
Spontaneously, bro.
On the spot.
so he was more of a
My hands
natural
were
feel.
shaking. My hands were shaking. Shout out to you, Adeline Sen. Thank you so much. If you guys know who's Adeline Sen,
yeah.
she's an actress in Malaysia. She was my co-star. So she came up to me. She was like, "Syed, listen." I was like, "What?" Ni trick dia. I was like, "Apa trick dia?" Okay. Bila Abang Sabri kasih script tu, kau jangan don't memorize what he wrote. Dia punya handwriting aku macam
doktor lah.
macam doktor punya handwriting tau. So I was like, macam mana aku nak faham ni? My hands were shaking. I wasn't prepared for this. Nobody told me that this is how he works. Because it was my first time acting with him. I dah macam, macam mana like what am I supposed to do? Dah lost tau. Then Adeline, she came up to me. She was like, do not read whatever he said down there. I mean, you read it, you just understand the knowledge out of it. You don't memorize the script.
That means it's just the glance of it lah.
Yes, you understand the whole script tu, apa yang dia taruh tu, yang dia tulis on the spot tu. But you don't have to say what he is saying over there. You understand the knowledge and you deliver your own lines.
Oh, kira apa? There's this one term where
This is
you
a trick, for those-
improv.
Yeah, this is a trick for those who wants to start acting. Always remember when the director give you a script, some directors they are very particular. They will want whatever that is in the
Like
script.
follow the
It
script.
goes. But if you get a director macam, okay, it's quite easy, you don't have to memorize the whole thing. You understand the knowledge of whatever is written on the script and you deliver it out. into
It's
your
like
own
a
way.
gauge for you lah.
Yes, correct. So for us actors, we have to read up the whole
Style
storyline.
kau cuba?
Kau try acting?
Kau try improv. Aku nak tengok kau improv. Try.
Try.
Nak
Sekali,
act
sekali.
apa? Gangster.
Gitu je.
Melayu gangster.
But do you like script or you like improv?
Improv.
Yeah, I also like improv. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, berbual je.
Before this, I actually like script, you know. But until when I work with Abang Sabri,
It
then when
changes
he
the
did
whole
that,
perspective.
he changed everything about what I was going through and learning my whole life.
Damn.
Damn, son.
Yeah. So these some tips for those people out there who wants to act. Yeah, just understand the character, understand the knowledge of whatever
Then
is
you
there.
deliver.
Yang kita tengok dekat video-video director maki-maki tu memang betul Macam like you did a mistake apa.
Politically correct answer.
Tak lah, macam director marah, like they really like vent their frustration at you,
Okay lah, I think the question is among all the directors, right? Which one has got you like really scared? Macam I don't want to get him angry. Can you say his name?
Okay. So I just want to share with you guys a fun fact, right? As you guys know, I'm always doing the 3 reasons why, and I'm on cam everything. You're looking at the guy who actually guided me to be where I am right now.
So you were nervous
Bro, nervous gila. No, because back then I was working for Gusto, so he was also there helping me, assisting me. He was my first ever Gusto face-to-face video was with him.
Nice.
So he was like, Ernie, chill, babe, chill, relax, yeah.
Just relax.
So ni kau punya mentor lah.
In a sense, I did 2 videos with him. He guided me, and then Alhamdulillah from that day onwards until now, he's one of the reasons why Techino Eyes has 3 reasons why.
Nice lah.
Okay, but since you've worked with him, let me ask you a personal question.
Apa dia?
Can he or will he one day, do you think, is he capable in directing his own movie?
I was about to ask him that too, and I do believe that he can because
Later he answer. I want you to answer
okay,
first.
because with how for me, I tak suka orang macam, how to say, expect me to like that because I gagap. One thing, I gagap, and I'm dyslexic.
Okay.
So he was able to be on my level and say, okay, it's like this. Hey babe, don't worry, okay, the word is actually like this.
Okay.
And then when I nervous, I look at him. He said, don't look at me, look at the camera. He was a very, very calm mentor at the point of time. So, and I was with what's that guy name?
Erin was there.
Yeah, Erin was also guiding me. I had like 2 like senior people in the industry teaching someone who just sell motor. So yeah, I believe.
I still remember that.
I believe that he has the potential to be behind cam in terms of pre and post production. Not just front cam.
What do you think? I mean, from her perspective, are you capable in being a director, directing your own shows, or are you capable in more mentoring other upcoming actor or actresses? Which one do you think you are more siding to?
At this point of time, maybe mentoring lah.
Nice.
But do you see yourself in the future in directing a movie?
Maybe insyaAllah.
InsyaAllah. Kita doakan.
Why not?
Yeah.
Lepas tu boleh.
You came a long good job.
Thank you so much.
You did well.
Tiba nak jadi aktor kau depan aku ni.
Tak salah apa?
Aku ni yang
Tak salah untuk cuba.
Betul?
Yeah. No harm trying.
Correct.
Yeah.
Dia masih dengan 3 second film dia. Sudah.
Bro, okay, speaking of Bollywood, right? Do you know our friend here? Our friend here is featured in a Bollywood film.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh that's nice. Which movie?
Apa?
Krish.
Krish.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Krish.
But dalam bas lah. Dia macam kind of fair. Macam
Still something.
So he paused the video on YouTube.
He
saying,
understand my point.
Yeah, still something.
Finally
yeah.
someone understand my point.
Honestly, it's not actually that easy even to be an extra in an extreme show like this. It's not easy. Yeah, it's not easy.
Masih.
Confirm mesti ada something that they might have liked.
Yeah.
You know, they
Must
might.
be you tak ada gigi, right?
Masih gigi tingkap level time lah.
Gigi gongak kan.
Okay, so now we have a gist of how he's an actor and his future plans. I want to talk about something a little bit more personal. Okay, in 2023, you had a post. Your last post was not to talk about your engagement, that you called it off.
Oh, kita tak tahu.
Okay, so we're not going to talk about why the engagement end. I do want to talk about, because this one touched home, because I also had to call off my engagement. How were you after the whole thing? Like, how did you build yourself up, sell off the wedding, and then how did you face your family and friends again? Who did that chapter change you as a person? Kau dah tahu Sel?
Okay, sekarang baru aku faham kenapa dia cakap aku gagap.
So did that chapter in your life change you as a person?
It did. Okay, most importantly, it made me become more macam to take things not lightly lah.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
Because honestly, I had an interview with one of the podcasts that regarding why my engagement got called off.
Yeah.
I think it was more of like macam it was too rushing, and also because of family lah. It was also because of family, and how did it affect me after the whole thing that called off. Actually, I wouldn't say it wasn't easy lah. Of course, it wasn't easy. I took a lot of time to relax and calm down, because I still remember when the post was out, I got engaged.
Yeah.
Literally 1 week after my engagement was called off. Like literally 1 week. I still remember when I posted, everybody was so happy, and when I posted that my engagement called off, everybody was like, "What
Shocked.
the hell just happened?
Yeah.
Like what happened?" So how I feel about the whole thing, I am pretty much not affected anymore.
Yeah, that's
Not
really
affected
great to
anymore.
hear.
I'm not trying to say that that whole relationship hold no value in me. No, of course it valued a lot to me at that point of time, and also up to today I still remember of it. You know, I still think of it. Aku pernah putus tunang. You know, like to think of it that I've went through that phase in life where aku pernah putus tunang. It's like I still question lah. Macam, did I really went through that process? You know, but it didn't change me as a person. Honestly, it didn't change me as a person. I am still who I am.
How about your perspective in love? Do you feel like, are you more wary right now, or you're still the same you? You know, because some people like lepas putus tunang, they're like, nah, aku dah tak percaya.
They
dalam-
close their
yeah.
heart.
Correct. So, is there
No.
still opportunities for love for you?
Of course. There will always be opportunities for love.
Okay, guys, stand by. Line up, ah.
Of course, there's always opportunities for love. I don't think so that, of course, it's not easy to move on from a breakup or from any form of a relationship with someone. But I'm the type of person, like how I mentioned when my dad passed away, and that was a very, very like important relationship to me in my life, you know, and which is my father, you know, and I became a better person after his passing. So I'm the type of person that I don't believe in when something bad happens, I'm gonna drown. No. If something bad happens, the higher I go.
Nice.
Nice lah.
I'm not the type of person that macam, benda jadi, aku nak depress, aku nak ni, aku nak tu, I want to die, I want to do this. No, I'm not the type of person. I'm the type of person when something happens, look at it in a good way, you know, in a better way, that there's a positive side to it, you know. And of course, to have that mentality is also not easy.
Correct.
Yeah.
To have that mentality is also not easy. I think with the past experiences, whatever that I've experienced in my life, it has made me become the stronger person I am today. So when my that happened, I was like, I told myself there could be nothing that is worse than that. Yeah. So when that happened, I was like, you know what? Pick up myself, move on. Yeah, pick up myself, move on, be better, do better.
Yeah, be
And-
better, do better.
Yeah, and there's a lot of love to find out there, and there's a lot more. Yeah,
There are a lot of fishes in the sea.
Yeah. I want to say that, but I was like, alamak.
No, there's a lot of jerong.
Yeah.
Now I know what's jerong.
What's Jerome?
Jerome.
Oh yeah. We clarified that.
What's jerong?
Sharks.
Correct.
Yeah, sharks.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he's available lah. But ready to mingle? Not sure. They want
Not
you
sure?
need to ask him yourself.
But he's busy, bro.
Call me.
Talking about need to ask you yourself. Okay. Since you are known for acting, definitely. Okay. Do you ever had stalkers?
Oh,
Like really stalk you wherever you go. They are
Mana-mana
there.
ada
They
muka
know
dia.
where you are. Like, have you ever had stalkers?
physically no, in social media yes.
Ish.
Yeah.
Kena social media pun aku
Physically
takut,
no lah. Macam kalau ada tu maybe tak tahu orang tu stalk ke tak. We also don't know. But it's on social media, yes. How do I find out? It's quite funny. Sometimes when we have our own Instagram page, right, we want to check out macam siapa tengah tengok profile kita. Siapa orang yang kat IG story kita hari-hari sanggup view story kita. You know, all those kind of things. So I've encountered a lot of times, you know, and there's a lot of those kind of accounts that I realize they do not follow me on Instagram. They
But
don't
they
follow
view
me.
your stories.
They view my stories every single day.
CCTV.
The same
The
people.
same account, the same nama sama tau.
But do you block?
No, I didn't. I'm like, you enjoy lah. Like,
Enjoy the show.
Let's watch whatever I'm
Love
doing,
it.
you know. So they don't follow, you know. And sometimes for you to actually not follow a person, for them for you to watch somebody IG story,
Dedication.
you have to search that
Search,
person's
yeah.
name, you know. And then you have to go to their account.
Correct.
And you have to watch their IG because you're not following them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the action?
Jeruk sah.
Yang ini bukan jeruk, ni jeruk. Pasal dia stalker. Dangerous.
So that's why I realised lah that of course I do have stalkers. When I go to my IG stories, I'm like, like this account like
Asyik
not only
muncul
this
lah.
one, you know, there's a few.
Multiple.
Multiple.
Asyik orang sama je
Yeah,
kan.
macam orang sama but they don't follow. Then I'm like, siapa? Sometimes I
Don't you ever like want to try like
DM
DM like,
Yeah.
hey, I
No lah,
see you.
no lah.
Dia nak apa?
Never had that thought.
Nanti lagi angga dia dah gini tu.
I've never had that thought. But of course in my head I'm like, siapa saya sendiri? Like who is this person that have the time to search my name, view my stories every day,
And keep up with you.
And keep up. And the funny thing is that macam the story baru I post baru 5 minutes dia dah view.
Weh, laju.
Means dia letak
Mana tu dia on notification?
on notification.
Yeah, maybe orang tu on notification tapi dia tak follow.
Gila.
So it's
Stalker nama.
normal lah.
Gila weh.
I mean to say kadang-kadang kita as and you know sometimes tipu lah, we don't go to our social media, we don't see what's going on in our social media. Of course we need to see what's going on our social media. Siapa tag kita ke, siapa buat apa ke, siapa cakap apa pasal kita ke, who's watching our live, you know. Sometimes I just take out the time and I'm like, okay lah, you know, I'm just gonna do a bit of my stalking also lah. Siapa ni tengah tengok aku punya live. Then when I see, I'm like, alamak, it's the same account lah, it's the same few accounts that I will see. Doesn't follow me but stalk my life every day.
But so far there's no like threats, you know, from them. Macam ada orang
I
macam
used to get that. I used to get it when
What
my very
trends?
first few time when I was started influencing, when I think when people started knowing me, when I started gaining followers lah at that point of time, I did had threats, I did had a few things. There was times when the most, I think the worst one I remember was that when my dad's passing, when this person, a hater, just came to me and said, your dad died because
Oh my god.
kena lah.
What is wrong with you people lah?
yeah.
What
Your
the-
dad died because of you. And that was like one of the worst. I cried, you know. I was like,
Korang tak ada hati ke apa?
nangis bukan sedih tau. Nangis pasal geram. Like,
Yeah,
who are
yeah,
you?
yeah.
Kau depan aku, kau standby lah.
Correct.
Like, you know, kau depan aku, kau standby. You know, but it's like the person used a fake account.
Oh,
you know,
man.
Itu
and
yang
to do
mengacau
things
mental.
You guys are both playlist.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, you know, it wasn't sad that made me cry. It was the anger. Like I was so angry. I was like, who is this person? The audacity to go to this extent. And my dad just passed away. You know, I think like 3 hari ke
Tak ada
4
hati
hari.
perut.
Like baru 3-4 hari. And I received that message and I was like, what the hell? And I posted on my IG story, you know. I screenshotted that and I posted on my IG story and I said, these are the kind of people that we're dealing with nowadays.
Kadang-kadang kena ajar macam gitu.
Yeah, but it was a spam account, tak ada gambar dia pun.
Merepek.
But then a lot of my followers pergi hantam dia lah.
the soldiers came
The
in.
soldiers came in lah. I was like saying that, gini. But then I was like, my niat was not to do that, to go because these people sometimes they want your attention.
Yeah, and then another sad thing is about reality is you hentam this account, close down, you're just gonna make a
Another
New
one.
one.
Yeah, a fake one. Another one.
Bullshit.
Yeah. So I think that was the worst that I remember of lah. That was when my dad passed away, baru 3 hari 4 hari. Oh, your dad died because of you. I was like, apa ni?
I mean to target family members macam pada aku
it's a bit too much
Too much lah. Kau macam target family member kau.
you know one of the best advice that I've gotten myself and what I told even to my husband. Words hurt, but again, words are just words. You know, I try not to get all these hate comment to
Get
get
to you.
me, but it does get to me. But at the end of the day, they're just saying all this to
Rile you
our
up.
soft spot. They know our soft spot and they're using it against us.
Just remember one thing, when they do that to you, it's making you relevant.
Yeah.
It made you relevant.
Tapi kan
It give them a reason to talk about you, to do things to you, to throw hate to you. That's making you being relevant.
Dengar
When
tak?
you're no longer relevant,
Dengar tak?
that's where you know you're no longer interesting to see.
Correct.
Or to be known of. So when they do that, just tell yourself, oh aku ni relevant. Tu pasal lah diorang datang nak work.
Kita relevant. Hashtag kita relevant.
Betul.
So that is the keynote to yourself, and that's where you tell yourself, you know what, I'm relevant, I'm a hot topic, let them speak
Yeah.
about it.
Yes.
And,
Ooh,
and
I
then
love
the
the
more you talk
confidence.
about
Let them
me,
suck about me.
no, you know, like the more you talk about me, the more people know of me, the more
Right.
popular I get, the
Correct.
more people know me.
Correct.
And yeah, that's the main point. Yeah.
You created the traction for me, you know.
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
dia sebelum ni Ams ada hater tau.
Serious ah?
Yeah.
Satu je.
Technically
Siapa
kita
Why
baru
was it?
start this podcast no. So sekali Ams ada hater, you know.
Who's that?
Like you want
So-
to talk to the hater, To the camera.
Tell them that you are relevant.
What
did
he
the
say?
hater say?
What did the hater say?
Okay, so
After the
no,
camera action.
the topic is about the geng takut bini. I mean the two of them are not married yet. Okay, the only ones that are married is me and Dewi lah. So but it doesn't change the fact that one day they're gonna face marriage, right?
Yes.
So people were gonna say that kau jangan takut bini lah, right? So we were just sharing our opinion, single or having boyfriend, girlfriend ke apa. Then this one hater comment came out, kau jangan macam faham apa, kau belum kahwin, belum tahu lah apalah. I mean,
I do for you.
Nice.
I mean, they can say whatever they want. It's not affecting me in one bit lah.
nice lah.
That is the
That made you
perspective.
relevant.
Yeah.
So that's the best thing to tell yourself.
Alright, I think we have a few more questions. Okay, one of it is I've heard that Mstar wrote a story about you,
Oh yes.
and I believe if you are on Mstar, you're
Soaps.
you're
Macam mana?
somebody. So what was it about?
Okay, so the Mstar punya interview tu was something that was completely okay, because I had an acting gig in Malaysia at that point of time. I still remember I got called up and they said, "Sai, we had a role to offer to you lah." Then I said, "Okay, I'll take up the role." And it was time COVID. It was time COVID, and during that time, remember there was a VTL flights.
Yeah.
You know, the
The
VTL
direct,
flights, but the flight tickets were a bomb.
Yeah.
You know, like
Bombastic,
I paid
yeah.
$1,100 to just get into a flight from Singapore to KL.
Ayo.
Yeah, just because of that one particular project lah. So I dah sampai KL, okay. Accommodation all settled, everything. I was gonna start the project already with them, you know. Then the next minute, I got a call, and they told me that the project, I got turned down for the project. It means they didn't want me anymore
Okay.
for the project.
Tapi you dah sampai
I dah
sana?
sampai KL. I already reached KL.
They didn't tell you earlier?
They didn't tell me earlier, which I got very angry.
You
Which I
have all
got
the
super
rights.
angry. I was like, because I took the effort to come all the way to KL, I flew into KL for this particular project.
Yeah.
And you guys tell me that last minute it got turned down. So I asked them, I said, why? What happened exactly? Then they said there were some things, and it was because that they actually wanted a Malaysian to act for that role, not a Singaporean.
But they know the effort for a Singaporean to carry on.
So when that happened, I was like, okay, I faham. Benda tu I faham.
Yeah.
Because it was TV9. TV9 is dorang punya local channel. And on top of that, dorang more of macam kita punya Channel 5. You know? So when I told them, I said like, but why wasn't this thing being discussed earlier? When I'm not there yet, you know, I've spent money to come and take a flight, come all the way to KL for this particular project, and you guys just easily tell me that this project is cancelled because they didn't want me in it, because they wanted a Malaysian instead of Singaporean. I was so pissed. And that was where my team lah, my PA dengan my manager at that point of time was like, okay, you're angry, you're not happy about this. And Mstar got to find out about this, that this was happening. I think in respect to them. And that's where they called me in. They wanted to know what exactly happened. So I cerita dengan dorang lah apa jadi, you know, and everything. And even despite doing my interview too, and mind you, at that point of time, I also just lost my dad. That happened to me 2 months after I lost my dad. Even dalam Mstar interview tu, I shared that I just lost my dad 2 months ago, and I left my family, I left my mom to come all the way to KL for this particular project, and now you're telling me that I'm here and this project is cancelled. Like everybody in Malaysia, in Singapore at that point of time, my family, we were still mourning, you know, like for the loss of my dad. But I was like, okay, kerja, you know, work, you know, I gotta go, and this is something I want, you know, this is something I want to do. So I was like, you know what, I just have to go for it. So when I reached there, sekali benda tu jadi, I lagi macam,
Alamak.
I was like,
Mengirap lagi kan.
you know, like I
You
was
at the tip already.
I was at the tip already. So during the Mstar interview pun, I said lah, I was like, you know,
Yeah, you
this is
had
not
to say
right
your,
lah. This
your
is
part.
not right. I had to say my part because they asked me what happened. So I'm like, okay, this is a story lah. Ini apa jadi? Yeah, but the director and the producer for that project were really nice people, and they told me, they said, Sam, it's okay. The future gigs will definitely get you the role. I said okay. I said I'm okay. I said, but I'm just not happy that you guys didn't tell me earlier.
Yep.
Or even this thing wasn't discussed earlier.
Like there's no compensation for.
Nope.
It's very different for like
There
you're
was no
from
compensation
Jurong.
because there was no contract signed. So, but I should have. Maybe it was also my mistake. I should have
Sign.
Confirm.
signed the contract first
Yeah.
before going. But then my head, I was thinking, I was like, okay lah, you know, like it's a project in KL. I'm like, okay, because I knew the director also. So I was like, okay lah, everything's gonna be fine. Bila sampai sana, Pak, benda ni jadi. And that's where Mstar interviewed me.
But the project really cancelled.
The project wasn't cancelled. The
They
project
just
replaced. Yeah, they replaced me with another.
So did you watch the project?
No, I didn't.
Itu menandakan hang memang
Bukan aku yang cakap.
No, I understand the frustration. Is like I was saying, it's not like you're traveling from Jurong to Pasir Ris. You're literally traveling from
And
Singapore
it was
to
during
KL.
COVID. The VTL
Right.
flight was expensive. And I was like,
How long
alamak.
did you stay there after like you found out it was
You
cancelled?
know what's the best thing?
What
I
happened
booked
there?
my hotel off for 1 month already.
Jun. Habis macam mana?
That was another part that I was
So
really
is this a
angry.
1 month holiday?
shit.
So it was a 1 month holiday. It was a 1 month holiday.
With a negativity.
Yes.
Apa
So for 1 month,
kau?
hotel book ready. Flight return ticket pun is after 1 month. Then I'm like over there, okay lah, dekat KL boleh lah, jalan-jalan dah. Pergi shopping.
Wait, what was the word I had to say? Negativity?
Turning negativity into a positivity.
Cakap.
Yes.
Correct.
Cakap.
Negativity? Negativity?
So then just
Negativity.
duduk je lah dekat KL for 1 month, you know. Pergi makan, pergi shopping, met up with some friends. And then went for the Mstar interview. I'm like, okay lah, at least I got
At
something
least-
out of
At
it.
least something like
Yeah.
Okay lah, 5-star
Some
hotel.
coverage.
Dapat distress.
Yeah, so that was what happened lah bila time yang Mstar punya interview. But one thing that I was really taken aback by Mstar was that diorang punya headline tu lah. You know, Mstar is known for having headlines macam very
Bombastic
extreme kan.
Yeah.
Ada punya
Singapore
headline was
apa?
pelakon
Singapore.
Singapura masuk ke dalam Malaysia tapi nama
Nama
jatuh.
digugur.
Nama digugur.
Yeah.
I was looking at the headline, I was like,
It has a double H meaning.
Yeah.
So like you went there, nama you like
jatuh. Teruk like that. Like as if I buat benda yang jahat je. Apa ke.
Like
Yeah.
it will make people like, you know, want to read.
Apa cerita ni?
Correct, apa cerita, correct. So that's where I was like, okay, I look at the headline, I was like, what the hell?
Shock, right?
Like, ouch. That's me, bro.
Yeah, but then I was like, you know what? Just let it be lah, you know. Yeah.
Nice lah. It's nice to hear, you know.
Yeah.
It's very rare that an actor share this kind of stories. Pasal kadang-kadang orang macam no comment, aku tak nak. Hush this kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's good to know that, you know, we have this side of the actors also lah.
But alhamdulillah, since then you got more projects.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Of course lah.
Nak
Nak
pintu satu tutup,
kau pun nak juga.
lagi banyak buka.
Kau pun nak falsafah juga. Tentang Danny Mstar semua quote semua nak kasi ikut.
Okay, wait, sorry. I do have like a very tricky question.
Okay.
In terms of production compared to Singapore and Malaysia, right? Would you rather rise up in Singapore or would you rather like aim it big
Ini
Malaysia?
controversial ni.
It's a personal question.
Kau dah buat muka dia.
But like,
Now I'm gonna pull out the other actor tricks, no comment.
no, but honestly, but if
But I
you,
think you can see it lah. I think you can see for yourself.
but why not in Singapore though? Like,
Adalah sebalik takbir dia,
Adalah.
kenapa dia tak boleh cerita.
Tak apalah, nanti tak apa biar.
Tapi kalau kau tanya pendapat kita.
okay,
pendapat kita.
okay. Second question is for you.
Okay.
Are you just exclusively gonna aim just for the Malay target demographics, or are you gonna still able to branch out to the English? Because
Okay.
if you go Malaysia, it's majority Melayu, and you
Melayu.
might not counter back in Singapore where you're like in like the army show and everything. So, what actually you suka, Melayu punya cerita ke English punya cerita? Macam
I
mana?
suka Melayu punya cerita.
You suka Melayu?
Yes. I prefer acting in a Malay show. Yeah, but I mean English is also I don't mind. Yeah, in English.
If one day orang Indon cari you, are you able to?
Indonesia?
Yeah.
I've not thought about that yet.
But what if?
Kalau siapa nama dia tu, Fatah Amin boleh berlakon kat Indon punya movie.
Yeah. I mean, inshallah, why not? You know, like they say.
I will
rezeki,
pray for you, bro.
Yes, of course.
But technically he actually answered your question. Kau je tak tanggap.
I think tadi dia
Dia dah jawab sebenarnya, cuma kau tak tanggap. Okay. Thank you Syed for being on the show. Okay, but before we go, we have a game to play with you. Each and every one of us will come out with each and every one of us will come out with an actress name, a Malaysian or a Singaporean actress name. So sekarang tengah trend. So artis Malaysia ni akan ditebak ah. They will give two actor or actresses name for him to choose who he prefer to act. Faham tak?
Oh, okay.
Faham tak?
Okay, aku start.
Okay, start.
Mira Filza or Nilofa?
Nilofa.
Okay.
Okay, aku start.
Then kau kena sambung Nilofa or
Nilofa or Hannah
Delisha.
Hannah Delisha.
Woo. Okay. Hannah Delisha or oh my god. Hannah Delisha or Amira Rosli?
Hannah Delisha.
Oh my god.
Hannah Delisha or Fasha Sanda?
Hannah Delisha.
Oh, aku dah tak ada idea.
Sambung. Okay, Hannah Delisha or Elizabeth Tan?
You know what's the best thing? I've acted with Elizabeth.
Wait,
That's the main thing.
Wow.
I need to know you're picking this because of apa? Like they're acting or they're cute or they're lawa? Or
No, because of their acting and also their aura and personality. Because I've met them. Hannah Delisha is my friend. So on top of that,
Is
Elizabeth
there a
Tan yang pernah
biasness
berlakon
now,
dengan dia.
the answer?
Huh?
Is there a biasness to your answer right now?
No. I would just say that
Politically correct answer.
no, she's an amazing actress. I gotta give it to her. Hannah Delisha is a good actress. She's a good singer and she's a good entrepreneur. So I do look up to her also. She's I mean I'm inspired by her a lot, you know, by the way how she handles her life and everything. So it's nice lah. Yeah,
So
it's nice.
Hannah Delisha or
Atau
Elizabeth Tan?
Hannah Delisha.
I think we have a
We
winner
got
already
a
lah.
winner already.
So Hannah Delisha.
Yes,
Okay, one more. Hannah Delisha or
Tak ada.
ada. Aku kasih old timer punya.
Okay.
Hannah Delisha or Umi Aida?
Hannah Delisha.
Wow, okay, that was surprising.
Everyone was shocked though.
Yeah, because Umi Aida,
Can.
Oh my god. Okay, but
Okay, if now I give you my answer, the only person if I would not, I mean I would love to act with other than Hannah Delisha will be just one person.
Which is?
Maya Karin.
the legend.
Yes.
Duyung.
Do you? Hey, there's coming out another one, you know.
Duyung, Pontianak.
Yeah, Pontianak.
I love her acting. She's a solid actress. And-
Solid,
Yeah.
man.
Dia yang main Ombak Rindu, right?
Yes.
Baik watch tu.
Right.
Yeah.
Agreed. 100%
Oh
agreed.
my god. Okay. Nice. So thank you so much Syed for being on the show. Okay, sharing all your experiences, your business. Now Dewi is gonna let you finish our episode off.
Okay. So for every episode, I always ask guests 3 things to look at the camera.
Okay.
But for you, I'll give something different.
Oh.
Okay. So again, but it's to the camera. But the question is, give your viewers and supporters 3 reasons why they should support you. 1, your appreciation to them. 2, and lastly, to young rising actors, your advice.
Okay, the first one is
Why should they support you? Like what? This is your self boost, your encouragement. Like why should people look up to you and support you?
okay. My main advice is always flip your weakness into your strength. You know, and always like that's my main important factor in life. I always turn my weaknesses into my strength, and that's where I move on with from a lot of things in life, and it made me a stronger person. Question number 2.
For people who admire you, your thank you to them.
Of course, thank you so much to each and every one of you out there who have supported my business, supported me from day 1 up to today. I wouldn't be where I am today if it's not because of you guys. Of course, the support is amazing towards my business. And so, of course, people like you guys also, you know, is where I am today. Thank you for inviting me, you know. And yeah, I really appreciate it, of course. Super appreciate it, yeah.
And the last question is for young rising actors or entrepreneurs. What should they, be
What are your
better? Yeah.
advice?
Just go je. Yeah, just do it je. Yeah, don't think so many things. Whatever you want to do, it can not only just be acting, anything that you want to do in life, don't think so much about it. Just jump to it and do it. Take risks, learn how to take risks in life, because that's where you know what the results are and what the comebacks are, what's going to happen next, what's going to happen tomorrow. It's only when you take the risk, then you know what's going to happen. If you don't, it will still be a question mark in your head. And many years down the road, you might regret not doing it also. So just do it and see how it goes. Yeah, and of course, inshallah, everything will be fine.
Inshallah.
Amin.
Amin. Okay, it's great to know who Syed really is as a person. Okay, for us to be honest, we did not know you initially, but we got to know you, and hopefully we
Now you got to know me in and out.
and hopefully you will turn into
A friendship.
A friendship,
Yeah.
inshallah. Okay, so stay tuned to the next episode. Kita tak tahu kita nak bawa pasal apa, but okay, mostly kita pergi semua genuine, non-fake, okay, and they always speak from the heart lah.
Correct.
Okay, so
wait, do you want to give your IG handles or anything for them to support you?
Alright, yeah, my Instagram is SyedShamRozKhan. Do follow my Mr. Panipuri business account as well, and hope to see all of you guys at my booth.
when is the next event?
6, 7, 8 dekat Mega Express
Okay.
Singapore Expo.
So kita jumpa anda di sana. Okay, thank you for tuning in to
Bye-bye.
Bye.